Hey guys, it's Gus, and let's talk a little bit about some observations in the auction house, and then maybe talk a little bit about the Crown of Keldagon trial. So, first things first, I always get asked why I do Bell every damn day, and it's so dumb. People are upset about the drop rates for the reagents and the mini bosses and Valda stars, and those drop rates are child's play, and compared to this item. Sorry, I'm listening to the background music. It's interrupting. So we go to this dumb mount right here. It's ridiculous, and so is the ring. I'd probably done about, I'm guessing 12 to 14,000 bells, and I've got the ring to drop one time, and then this mount, of course. I'm doing it every day on 3 tunes now, and it's just absurd. And I've asked them if they would fix it, and they've acknowledged that it is a fault, but they still haven't done anything about it. And if I wasn't doing Bell, I'd be able to be helping more people train and whatnot, but I can't. But first things first, the Crown of Keldagon. So this trial is actually much harder than what people expect. It seemed easy because there isn't a big mitigation like we had to see that we've seen the last two trials. But with this trial, how it has is RNG. Like you don't know where the red circles are coming. It might be a guaranteed pattern. If it is, I haven't figured it out. People die. You could do 15 completions in a row and then have a really big shitty run because of the randomness. So keep practicing. You'll get there. For the tanks, there's 50k tanks doing it. As long as they can get uh, aggro, they're good. And then the healers, though, oh my gosh, everybody's loving healers right now. They have their work cut out for them. And the DPS, it's probably not a 100% necessity, but if you don't have this item and this item, your ability to do damage is decreased dramatically. These two items are just game changers. And I'm going to try to do a video where I don't have those, but you won't even see how bad the damage is because I don't have ACT, so we'd have to use the damage board. So we'd either have to run with 9 DPS or 9 players so that I would be on the leaderboard. You could see how bad it is. It's these two make such a big difference to our builds. Um, so Crown of Keldagon. So the big secret with that trial for DPS and probably tanks and healers too is don't get caught in the red circle. If you get caught in a red circle, your feet go above your head. And when that happens, you have no control what's going to happen to you. What happens, everybody who's been in Crown of Keldagon knows this, is that once you get in a red circle and your feet are above your head, who knows how many more red circles you're going to land on. And so now you're just hoping you don't fall out of bounds and you're wiped, waiting at the campfire, watching, praying that they complete. So the secret for DPS is to stay out of the red and do not. And stay out of the red is not that easy because it's all over the map. And don't stand in front of the dragon because if you're standing in front of the dragon, he can push you right off with his breath. The the tanks that I've been seeing that are getting really good, make sure that the dragon is not facing objects DPS are trying to attack, like the phylactery or supports. That way, as a DPS, we can attack those and not worry about being pushed from behind off the platform. So, how do we help mitigate being pushed off? So, you can have the best reactions in the world. And the difference with console and PC is console has a much more favorable field of view. Like, they can see the whole map if they want to. We, I can't see anything behind me. So, if I'm in a red circle, and I can't go forward or back, I'll go backwards, right? And I might dash into another red circle. Oh shit! And then I'll dash again, and I'll be another red circle. You can't see those coming. So how do we help mitigate that? Well, first thing is movement speed. you're going to want to make sure you have at least one Gladiator's Guile. First one gives you 10%, second one gives you 5%, third one gives you 2.5%. So at least one Gladiator's Guile. We're lucky that we have the guild movement speed that gives us a 10% movement speed boost. So normally you think in trials you'd want to run revive sickness. Well, I don't. And I haven't since the beginning. I only run this one because that movement speed will keep you from dying much more than this will. So movement speed, and then we can also boost it up a little bit. We have a little couple cheat codes. So we all know guild food is a complete joke, right? They give like 250 stats. The only one worth using is the Sombricade that gives us 5% movement speed, which is awesome. And then also, if you have the funds, you might want to consider using the Scroll of Fate movement. So if you're using, you can use the Flask of Potency, you can use an elixir, you can use an event food, you can use the Dragon Scroll and the Dragon Slayer potion, you can use the Invocation Blessing, you can use the guild food, and you can use the Scroll of Fate. The Scroll of Fate movement's really spendy though. Um, yeah, 27k each. Eee. Uh, if the problem is if you die, it's gone. It doesn't persist through death. But if you're going for like a banner run or you're trying to get that first complete and everybody's going all out, you're almost untouchable. Those red circles, you can get out of the red circles before they can hit you. And the other second cheat code you can do is there's a very good chance you're not running the demo artifact or the Mythalar artifact. The two people using those are probably your two highest DPS. So that means you're going to use a debuff, and then you're going to have an artifact for your artifact set, which means you're not using three journals. So what are you going to use if you're not using three journals? Uh, my recommendation is to use Mythalar, because if you notice, it has a oh shoot, there it's bugged right now. So we inspect it. It gives you 12% stamina regen, and then I also run with the sorry, it's bugged right now. The sigil, the bard, or whatever. There's a whole bunch that give you 15%. So now I have 27% stamina regeneration. So when I use all my stamina by dashing and I'm out, now I'm up to speed, but you can get one more dash even faster. It's so worth it. That one extra dash is going to save your life. I highly recommend it. And then, oh shoot, my phone just turned off. I got all my notes turned there. One second. And then, so the the Crown of Keldagon, if you're trying to survive, speed is a cheat code. Speed really helps you out. Another thing that you may not be aware of, if you're not hosting, you have a lot of responsibility. Why? Because the hoster, this trial is exhausting to host. Getting the group together, sorting artifacts, sorting mounts, grouping everybody, getting everybody in voice chat if you're still learning, and then the deal breaker. Once you make it past phase one, if the group wipes, the queue has to completely dissolve and rebuild again. So the hoster has to invite all 10 people back to the queue, and it is the biggest headache in the world. If you are complaining to the hoster about not wearing Frozen, or give me a second, I gotta take a smoke break, or whatever, that might just be the camel that breaks the hoster's back, and they may not want you back. Uh, it is exhausting hosting this trial, so be nice to your hosters. Secondly, tanks and healers. You can be the best DPS in the world, but you ain't nothing in that trial unless the tank and healers are doing their job, and we need them more than they need us. So if you're a DPS and your tank doesn't do what you want them to do, or your healer doesn't heal you, and you think you deserve to heal, you might want to consider saying something negative to them because they're trying their absolute best just like you're trying your absolute best. And a lot of times in this trial, it has nothing to do with their heals, it has to do with your positioning. So be careful about saying something negative because chances are it's your fault, not theirs. If There's some other tricks you're going to want to use as a DPS. Everybody's running the Undead Slayer ring. You can use this one, you can use the Tom one, or you can use the +3 that comes from normal boss, which is really easy to get. Those all give 10% against undead, which works on the entire trial. So you're gonna lose stats, okay. I know some people love their stats, but damage is more important than what's better, having a nice green stat or doing more damage than somebody with green stats. This is a really good ring. You're gonna want to use it. You're also going to want to is if you're a DPS. Sorry. Okay, you're gonna want to use either the Wondrous Dragon. There's also the black one that's legendary. It's about 1.6 on PS4 right now. But that 6% damage against dragons is gonna help you in the last phase. That's free. It goes into your. It doesn't. You don't lose any stats by equipping it. You can still have your Forger's box if you choose to. I normally don't run with the Forger's box. I'm very fortunate and have the AP horn. So make sure you're using that. And if you're DPS not using your overloads, you're wrong. The so what I'll normally do is I'll run Rage of Flames and Devil's Precision, and then when we use the grappling hooks, I'll take off Rage and I'll put on the Dragon Slayer +2. So that way I'm doing 10% more damage against that dragon. Maybe not quite 10%, but it's doing a lot more damage, more than the Rage of Flames is. So make sure that you're maximizing your build as a DPS, because there's a very good chance that DPS or two will fall off. So you will have to pull more than your weight, and there's a very good chance that you will fall off. So somebody will have to pull your weight. So just make sure you're doing more than what's expected, because if you're trying to go in there with the minimum as a DPS, you're probably gonna be facing some resistance. Okay, that's enough about Crown of Keldagon. I'm trying to say the acronym that we all know it by. Oh, so your hoster is going to ask you to use a debuff. They're going to ask you to use Heart of the Black Dragon, Charm, Token of Chromatic Storm, Vanguard's Lantern, Lantern of Revelations, Charm of the Serpent, Mythalar, Demo. They're going to have you use a debuff, because everybody needs to use them. If your group wants to have the maximum chance of opening that chest at the end, uh, yeah, you're going to use a debuff. So if you only have one debuff artifact and the hoster asks you to wear another one, consider having more than one so that you're more invitable. And if you're making artifacts, they're very expensive to make now. They cost a ton of Prez Wards. You might just be better off going into enhancements and just buying an artifact from somebody. Not this shitty Staff of Flowers. Good lord. Those should be a 50k right now. That's how bad they are. The Houser's Blast Stepper is 700k. I don't know if you can rank up a green to mythic for less than 700k. That's a steal. And you can put on all your alts too. And let's see what the next debuff is. A whole bunch of those. Oh, God. So Charm of the Serpent, that's a good one. If you use that, your hoster will love you, because nobody likes to use it because it has a long cast time. So you lose your precious leaderboard damage, right? And then what's the next debuff? Oh, Lantern. This guy is so good. But on PS4 at least, we see these listed often. The debuffs for under 800k. You want to have a few of those. The good thing is you can always sell them later on if you don't need them anymore. So it's not like you're wasting diamonds. You're just making your character more invitable. Speaking of the auction house, oh my god, it is a shit show right now, guys. I'm not having fun in the auction house. I don't know if anybody is. So, first of all, if you try to find a rank 15 enchantment, you can't find it in the. Well, you can if they're in the packs, but they're not in enchantments. Well, the enchantments aren't in enhancements unless they're in an enchantment pack. If you want a 15 enchantment, you have to go down to here to miscellaneous, and they're 220. They have no business being 220. That's actually way too high. They have a value of about 160,000 at the most. Um, but if you need one, go and buy it. But it's just so much cheaper to buy a rank 1 enchantment or a rank 2 enchantment. So so it would take 3 of these to make one rank 2. So that would be 660,000. Or you can just go to enhancements. No, sorry, it's very confusing how they did this. It makes no sense. Oops. And you can buy one for 489. 3 rank 15s will make a rank 2. So there's no reason why you should be buying a rank 15 unless you have two and you need one more. I guess that's a reason to buy one. Try to sell them while you can. I mean, technically the floor on them is 100k because that's what they are in the Sage shop, but there's so many enchantments in circulation. I would just make the safe assumption that they're going to keep going down, and I'd offload. So all the tryhards seem to have gotten all their coal wards right. So wards are finally dropping a little bit. You know, I sold a whole bunch for almost 1.5 mil. So now they're down. This price is pretty steady. Pretty soon they'll probably be under 1.1, and they'll probably go down even further. But yeah, the problem with waiting is the longer you wait, the a lot of the people who have the trial like mastered aren't going to want to do it anymore. So the longer you wait, the harder it might be to find other people to join you that are experienced. So it's a fine line. It's a hard balance to figure out when you're going to get these. Speaking of which, pardon me, in the bazaar, I think this is here for another day or two. Oh yeah, they still have coalescent wards. Don't worry, that's not a coalescent ward. It's a coalescent moat, as you can see on the right. So we just paid 375 for that. What do we do with that? Well, if we buy a rank 2, so we bought that for 375, right? And then we'll buy this for, was it 460, 490? So we just got that. We got this. And okay, sorry. I'm gonna go through this cuz I've been waiting to do this. I'm sorry I haven't been making any videos. I've been so busy in this trial. I think I've gotten 3 PMs while I'm making this video. I'm not answering them. Okay, yeah, I have a bunch of them. So we paid 480, 490 for it. So we're gonna open it. What's one everybody wants? Probably not power, accuracy. Let's go. Let's go combat advantage, amethyst, right? So an amethyst, A-M-E, amethyst. Okay, well we're gonna find a purple one. 1.9 mil. Well, I just paid 490 plus 375, so that's 865 for the two materials to make one, right? So 865, and we're gonna go like this. We're gonna refine it. Oh shit. We need 4 glyphs. Shit. Sorry about this. I forgot. It's been a while already. And we're gonna go. We need. How many I need? 3. Okay. So there's another 100k. So we're spending just under a million or so, right, to make this. And then we're gonna go refine and gold. I don't factor those into a cost because they're. Where's the one we just bought? This one right here, right? So we got that one, and then we'll upgrade it and go like this. Yay! It's successful. And how much was that again? That was 1.9. So I priced to sell because I don't want to have to relist it later on. So where did that guy go? Oh shit. Damn it. I gotta find it. Should be down here at the bottom where my other one was, right? Aha. So we'll go 1849999. So that coal ward, if this sells at this price, I'll get 1.8. So it'll be 1.65. So it'll be about a 675,000 profit from that Wonders Bazaar sale. Too bad we can only do one though, right? Dang it. Yeah, that's how you, unless you need the code word for yourself. And then, so this Knox box was amazing. I mean, it was amazing. There's a problem with the Knox box though. It devalued everything that drops out of it. So any companions or any mounts you can get are just pure shit right now, right? Nobody's gonna buy your mount because they're so cheap. They have no business. Any of the even the expensive ones are like 400k now. Maybe the swarm's a little bit more. The reason being is mount packs. Look at this. How much are they now? 24k for 10 of them. 25k. These are dirt cheap. You can level up any companion you want to mythic for so much cheaper now. There was a time when these were 80 to 100k each. So all these legendary mounts we can get from dungeons if you're super lucky or for the Nox box don't really have any value. And the same goes from companions, like the War Dog was a good one. The War Dog used to be, look at that, 229. Telling you, man, I sold a couple of these for 8 million a while ago. Well, not a while ago, quite a while ago. But the companions are just so easy to get now. The only two companions you'll get out of that lockbox, the Nox box, I might be wrong. Black Dragon is the oh, look at this cheap one for 2 million. Thank you. Is the Black Dragon Ion Stone. And yeah, I'll list that again. And then the Paranoid Delusion drops from it as well. And anybody didn't know, they're over 20 mil on PS4 now. Those will drop though when the next Nox, because these drop from the leveling you get every day. So you're gonna get those. And then there's Striker. There's some FYI on PS4. There are some groups running augments, but I haven't been in an augment group yet, and I've been in a lot of groups, not within the alliance, all over the entire game, and just about every team is running strikers on PS4, which is a shame for all those people spending, 1.3 million on this, 1.2 million on this owlbear. Um, I mean, if you're solo questing and stuff, are you running with augment or are you running with a striker? You're probably running with a striker. So why have two builds? And we don't have the math yet, but I'm fairly confident when I say that strikers have the potential to do more damage than augment builds. It just takes a lot more coordination and it's a lot more end game build. Uh, but yeah, these so you could get the owlbear from that Nox box, but I feel bad for everybody who bought all that because there's not a lot of PS4 teams running with augments. If you have an augment, the team may have room for you in one spot. Um, but if you're in the DPS group, they're going to have you run a Tame Velociraptor, which is garbage if you have an augment build. It's the most powerful companion in the game, equip bonus, but you can't use it if you're running an augment because augments they just give you so much more stats. Yeah, shoot, let me turn my phone again. Sorry, I have to plug it in to turn it on. Kiddos did something to it. I have my notes here. So there's a big sale coming. I've made a couple videos on these in the past. I love this. This event's been really good to me. But I don't know about it this time. March 3rd, so this Thursday, the lockbox is coming back, and it'll be 60k because of this bizarre discount. If they didn't change anything in this lockbox, um, if it's still the same as the last one, it will be great for your personal investment because it's the cheapest way to get companion and mount upgrade. Well, I don't know about mount upgrade tokens anymore, but companion upgrade tokens for sure. It's super cheap, but well, not super cheap, but cheaper than the other ways of getting them. Uh, the problem is there's not a lot to invest in if you're trying to make profits. I mean, I'm gonna take a guess, and I imagine it's pretty bad. Let me see what they're selling for now. So the Astral Lockboxes are, yeah. So this player, they're selling them for a loss right now. They'd have to sell them at 666 to break even. So that this player is actually losing 1,600 diamonds on each of these boxes he's selling. So if he sells 10 of them, he'll lose 16,000 diamonds. Uh, yeah, these are doo doo right now because none of the random account wide mounts nobody gives a shit about. And it does have a very, very small chance of dropping the Mythic King of Spines, but it's cheaper just to buy the Legendary Rex and upgrade it because the upgrade tokens are so cheap right now. So, yeah, it won't be account wide, but not everybody plays alts. Yeah, this event, there's not a whole lot. Maybe I'll probably, I'll probably, when the sale comes, I'll probably buy some. Let's see if it lets me buy another one. Dang it. Uh, I would buy skeleton keys, but I got a ton already. But you'll want to buy those because they'll be 1,600 diamonds. But I'll probably buy a few of these potencies, and then I'll probably also buy. Wait, did they take out the cube of augmentation? Oh shit! Are you telling me cube of augmentation? Oh, there they are. Never mind. These will be down to 5,000. They'll be or 6,000 each. You might want to buy a few of those because the writing's on the wall. In the future, none of the weapons will have offhand and manhand modifications. So we won't really be using cube of augmentations. I'm assuming unless we're using legacy weapons, which are every weapon before this current trial. Uh, it's we get the weapons from this trial. They might be good. I think they have some specific uses they might be good in, but I don't think generally most players will be using them. And then we also can get these companion gears. There's only one double offense that drops from the trial, so that's a tarnished emerald. So once you get those three and your item level goes up 300, the trial is really just about doing it for the game. You're not really going to get anything out of it. The drops I've had in there have been complete doo doo so far. So these are the only thing you're really going to get help your build with probably from running that trial because chances are you're maxed already going in there or close to it. And just a sec, big. So this is very unusual. So the Zax was skyrocketing. Like every day it was going up 100k, 100k. It's actually been going down. Look at the backlog's 40.4 million. It was up to 44 million. So it's gone down 10% in the last couple of weeks. Maybe that's because of so many people had orders in for cold wards and they stopped. I don't know. I can't explain it. But the good thing is it is slowing. It stopped growing so fast. And which is good for everybody who's trying to get their Zen orders in. Probably still about a 3 month wait. I don't know for sure, but probably around 3 months. Um, that's it for now. Stay classy, Neverwinter. See you soon. Have a good night.